Sai Leela, episode 46. I may be here in my physical body, and you may be far away beyond the seven seas. Yet, whatever you do there, I know instantly. Wherever you may be, when you spread your hands before me in supplication with faith and devotion, there I stand behind you day and night, as steadfast as your faith and devotion is, said Baba to Cholkar in Sai Satcharitra, chapter 15. Baba's words are true for each and every bhakta, that is devotee, even now as there were then. This is such a Leela where Baba literally went beyond the seven seas to rescue a bhakta. It was during World War I. Captain Jahangir F. Daruwala was at sea with his fleet of ships. To his utter dismay, he realized that 3 of his ships were hit by enemies and were sinking fast. Soon these 3 ships with the passengers and himself would meet the same fate. Being a good captain, he hoped to ferry the remaining ships to safety. He had Baba's photograph in his pocket. He promptly took it out and earnestly prayed to Baba to come to his rescue. Just as he was praying, Baba, sitting in the Dwarka Mai, shouted, "Ha! Ha!" The devotees surrounding Baba were astonished to see Baba completely drenched from head to toe. The water flowed in torrents, and the Dwarka Mai soon became a pool of water. The devotees simply removed buckets and buckets of water from the Dwarka Mai for about an hour. Then they gave Baba dry clothes. As Baba was silent about the cause of his being drenched, one of his devotees drank the water as tir, the holy water, and found it extremely salty. He wondered at that but kept quiet. Simultaneously at sea, Captain Daruwala saw Baba in person pull and tow his ships to safety. On the 3rd day after the incident, Baba received a telegram from the captain thanking him for the rescue operation. Immediately on his return, he came to Shirdi and fell at Baba's feet. He thanked Baba for answering his prayers so swiftly and saving the lives of his crew and the passengers. Captain Daruwala was an ardent devotee and he took great deal of interest in Baba's affairs. He donated 2,200 in 2 installments for the repair of the Sabha Mantap as a small thank you gesture. Ramakrishna Kothari was born in 1908. He was a Patri Prabhu by caste. His parents first visited Shirdi in 1919. On this visit, they saw Baba standing near the railing of the Dwarka Mai, distributing udhi to the bhaktas. They were filled with devotion and were overwhelmed with the love to see this beautiful sight. Upon their return home, they started worshipping a photograph of Baba. It was print of Jaikar's painting. They also started doing bhajans and called the bhajan mandali Sai Lodge. In 1913, his father was seriously ill with pneumonia. Dr. Nayak was treating him but was skeptical of his recovery. He told the family that the chances of recovery were slim and he would succumb to the disease. Hearing this, his mother prayed to Baba and vowed that if her husband survived, she would do the Padayatra to Shirdi and thank Baba. The Bhajan Mandali also came to his house to perform bhajans the whole night. After nightfall, the disease took a serious turn. The doctor was summoned at 10 p.m. He gave the patient an injection and medicines but told the wife that at about 12 p.m. her husband would die. The relatives, on hearing this, read the Bhagavad Gita to the patient. Simultaneously, Baba's bhajans continued. At about 11 p.m., the patient started to suffocate and had great difficulty in breathing. The distraught wife, seeing his condition, wailed and cried, saying, Baba, save my husband. The crisis lasted till 1 a.m. when the doctor was called again. He again gave the patient an injection but assured them that crisis was over. The bhajans continued till 4 a.m. when Bhajan Mandali and the relatives assured the wife that her husband had survived, so she better get ready for the Padayatra as per her oath. From that time, the patient steadily recovered and was ambulant for a few seconds. So the family and the Bhajan Mandali started to Shirdi. At Kopargaon, the family hired 5 bullock carts to take them to Shirdi, but the wife would not sit in the cart. She just walked behind the carts, although her legs were swollen and brushed. A short distance from Shirdi, there was a stony and a thorny path. She went and rested under a tree. She noticed a man with a white beard in a shepherd's dress. He approached her and said, Your oath has been accepted by Baba, so mother, go the rest of the distance by the bullock cart. The lady heard the loving tone in the voice, but she adhered to her oath and trudged the rest of the way. When she reached Dwarkamai, Baba was seated with his devotees when Baba said to Nana Sahib, Meet this lady on the way, and told her to ride in the cart, but she would not listen. See how swollen and brushed her legs are, but they will be all right by evening. True to his words, the swelling and the brushes vanished by evening. They stayed in Shirdi for a few days and returned home with Baba's blessings and Udi. I forgot my oath to Baba, thought Govindrao Garge of Nagpur. He recalled how his nephew was suffering from some disease when he visited him. At that time, Govindrao vowed that if his nephew recovered, he would send him to Shirdi for darshan. The nephew did recover in 2 days, but he forgot the oath. Although his nephew visited him 3 times, hoping that he would remember after seeing him hale and healthy. Some time later, the nephew visited his uncle once to find that he was sick with the same disease. Since it was a Thursday, all the family members gathered together and prayed and sang bhajans. They entreated Baba for his recovery. That day, he was well enough to attend the puja. When he was reminded of his oath, he vowed again, saying, Baba, if you cure me, I and my nephew will come for your darshan. He found that he recovered quickly and hurriedly went with his nephew to Shirdi, thank Baba. In Sai Satcharitra 36, chapter 36 describes the story of 2 gentlemen from Goa and their fulfillment of their oaths. A cashier of a well-known firm at Bombay had embraced a large sum of money. He had a master plan, and that was to go to Shirdi and seek refuge there. So he did exactly that. A warrant for his arrest was put out. The manager of the firm was asked to execute the warranty and bring the culprits for prosecution. The manager was a Baba devotee. He diligently searched all the places far and near, but could not trace the culprit. Out of desperation, he thought he would go to Shirdi and place the matter before Baba before giving up the search. So he went to Shirdi and to the Dwarkamai for darshan. When to his utter amazement, he saw the cashier shampooing Baba's feet. On seeing the manager, cashier was at his wit's end. He prostrated before Baba and begged him to save him. But Baba advised him to go with the manager to Mumbai and confess the whole matter and request to be pardoned. The cashier carried out Baba's words to the letter. Thus, the cashier was saved from criminal prosecution. The firm thanked the manager for handling the affair. Here we come to the end of Sai Leela episode 46. Om Sai Ram.